cell phone.
What the heck? Oh, shit. Damn. Went all the way down to the floor almost. I said I almost went down to the floor, I thought. Me, when I sat in the chair.
When the chair broke? What are you talking about? You almost broke the chair?
No, I said it was lower than what I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
And I
When you
sat
said you
down.
went down to the floor.
I know, I took my dad. Like I went almost down to the floor in this month. Delta's record? You got all that stuff? No?
What? Yeah. I'm ready.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you. And now for our starting lineups. First, the Delta College Pioneers, number one. Number one.
A nice rendition of the national anthem. Yes, sir. My name is Jeff Lowe, along with Leland Stein. And
Hello, everybody.
yes, I'd like to welcome you to Henry Ford College basketball in Dearborn, Michigan. And today's contest between the Henry Ford College Hawks and the Delta College Pioneers. And Leland, tell us a little bit about this Delta team. Henry Ford coming off a loss last week against Oakland Community College, and one of Michigan's high school greats and University of Michigan great, who is now the head coach of Oakland Community College, Mr. Joe Bear.
Delta comes in here. They played 4 conference games in the MCCAA standings. They're standing at 2-2, but their overall record is 6-9. They're coming off a win, and Henry Ford is coming off a loss. But in the last 10 games, Henry Ford is 8-2, and Delta is 4-6. So it appears they're trying to find themselves. They've won 2 games in conference, so it looks like in conference they've been stepping it up a little bit. They're playing 500 ball. So we shall see what happens today, Joe.
Well, according to the rankings in the NJCAA Division II men's basketball rankings, man, this Henry Ford team had been ranked pretty high, and now they dropped all the way down to number 12. And Mott Community College, who's also in their division, has moved all the way up to number 3. And right there is Macomb Community College, another game that'll be coming up pretty soon, and they'll be facing them. We're ready for the tip-off here at Henry Ford Community College, and here we go. Delta in the black and Henry Ford in the white. It looks like the starting lineups for Henry Ford. Let me introduce them for you real quick. Mac Bentel, Gary Solomon, Khalil Whitehead, Brandon Matrina, who's returning, who did not play against Oakland in that last game. and Carrington McCaskill.
Yeah, Machina, who comes through right there with a nice little layup coming along the baseline, was sorely missed in the game against Oakland. But he's back today. He said he was in the COVID protocols, but he's back.
Outside shot by number 21 from Delta. And that was a nice shot. That was Jakara Smith. And going to the basket hard for Henry Ford College.
I know that's a welcome sight for Coach Shepard to see Whitehead flying through. Because, you know, he's a little bit rusty. He hadn't played in a few games against Oakland, but he's back.
Well, one thing that Henry Ford showed me last week, even though they were down by a huge deficit against Oakland and ended up losing that game, but they battled and got back in it. And the zone defense that they applied in that game really got them back into that game. And let's see how he comes out this game and if he's going to use some of those same strategies. And what I mean by same strategy is mixing up the man-to-man with the zone defense.
Yeah, they just got bulldozed Monday by an Oakland team that was hot. They was hot as a firecracker, and Henry Ford College did not play their best game, and you had a team playing its best game. In those situations, you just get a lot. There's a three-pointer there.
Jakarius Smith with that three-pointer for Delta. And that one's out of bounds off the hands of Whitehead. Your officials for tonight's contest: Christopher Dupre, Jeremy Valentine, and Lewis Brown. With the penetration and throwing that one away, and I'll get to the starting lineups for Delta in just a second here. Have you got them already,
Yes.
Mr. Stein? Go ahead.
Jermaine, number one is Jermaine Lawrence, out there playing defense right now. Markel Garrett, it would be your other guard. Then there's Stephen Laurent, Jacarius Smith, and the big fella down low, Jeremy Tarver, number 44. This Saginaw team got off to a tough start in the preseason campaign, but they have since tried to turn it around and are playing 500 basketball in what many call the best conference in the NJAA, in the National Junior College Athletic Association. It's right here, the MCCAA.
Had a good look from outside, but Solomon reached in and committed to foul against Markel Garrett.
Yeah, that was a Laurent. Laurent is still stretching his arms. He fell kind of awkwardly. Lucky he didn't hurt himself there.
Henry Ford applying some pressure in the full court.
Yeah, they're in that zone trap.
There's the big guy you talk about, Jeremiah Tarver, is playing some muscle inside.
Well, you were just asking the question about what strategies or what they're going to mix up differently in terms of their defenses, concepts, and obviously he didn't want this team to get off to the slow start they got off to against Oakland. Yeah, he just went right into the trap, hoping that they could get a little energy going from some fast break points.
Mac Mansell with the penetration. Out to Solomon.
Solomon had a pedestrian game against Oakland, but he is the team's leading scorer, and he has been solid all season for the Hawks.
McCaskill comes down with the rebound and pushes it over the timeline, takes it to the basket, looking for some help, almost threw it away, and finally they do throw it away.
Beautiful move there. Just didn't get it to go down. Garrett.
Matria from outside, it's
there
good.
He is.
And that was something that was missed in the last game. Some consistency from the outside.
Yeah, Matrina is the leader, the team leader in three-point field goal percentage. Big fella down low, Jeff.
Yes, Jeremiah Tarver.
They're going to get a body on the big boy. Somebody.
Delta is coached by Vincent Turner, who's in his first year. Rayvon Colville in his first year as assistant head coach. And assistant coaches Coach Lord and Tony Jackson.
You know, one thing I was getting on them in some previous games about shooting so many threes. But now that you see the stats come in, they're like 12th in the NJAA in three-point field goal percentage. Henry Ford College is.
And that's not bad.
That is not bad. It's pretty daggone good, actually. So, I guess Coach Shepard knows what he has. Yeah, to be a fact, they're shooting 35.8% as a team, and that's 21st nationally.
Tyler Mack now checking into the game for Henry Ford,
College.
number 15. Maybe a push-off. Coach Shepard was asking for it. Tarver from outside nails the three-point shot.
And Jacarius Smith, he's built like a baby Charles Barkley, Jeff.
Yeah, I said Tarver. I got excited. Smith with that outside shot. You're absolutely right. He does like a baby Charles
He's
Barkley.
235 pounds and he's only 6'5".
Maybe a fullback. That time he was called for the offensive foul, pushing off with that left hand. We're in the first half, and we're just allowing the fans to come into the gymnasium. No fans the last game.
Well, there hadn't been any fans since January the 3rd.
Yeah. So they're just coming into the building here in the first half right now. McCaskill in the paint. Short jumper, no good. Henry Ford applying a double team at the top. Solomon with the ball, skip pass. Outside jumper off the rim, bounces around. Delta comes away with the rebound. Tarver with the rebound for Delta. And a group of substitutions gets off the bench for Henry Ford right now. Tarver from outside, no good.
Well, that was a good hustle by Tyler Mack. They also missed Tyler Mack against Oakland. You know, he was out as well. And he's the third leading three-point field goal percentage shooter on Henry Ford College team. So you had the top two three-point shooters were missing in that loss. The top two of the top three. But they're both back. Let's see if it makes a difference today. Well, Tarver looked like he's playing that bullet ball.
Yeah, Tarver
I like
went
it.
from outside to inside,
Oh, I
and
like it.
he put on some muscle, didn't he?
Yeah. solid 250.
That was
There's nobody
Colvin.
on Henry Ford's team that can match him in the weight category.
Tarver from the free throw extension.
Oh, Tarver's a Chicago, Illinois young man. He's looking like he's out here looking like he's trying to play himself into another scholarship.
Trying to go inside. That one's tipped by a Delta player, but Delta loses it out of bounds and back over to Henry Ford. Petrina now checks back in for Henry Ford.
Well, Henry Ford finds itself down again. 18-13 is the score. And they get stolen. And the layup.
And that's usually what happens on a turnover, especially when you got numbers. 20-13 in favor of the visiting Delta Pioneers. Petrina from outside nails it.
See, that's the thing about the outside shot. You live and die by it. But, boy, when you get yourself down like 4 and you got people that can come in and start dropping threes, you can make up a deficit in a hurry.
Solomon checks back into the game for Colvin. Whitehead moves over to check Tarver, I'm sorry. They go right inside to Tarver. Tarver being doubled, kicks it back out, back inside to Tarver. He loses it. Delta maintains possession. Back to Tarver, counter bucket. Jeremiah
Big
Tarver.
fella, he done scored down low. You know, he's playing a heck of a game, but he hasn't dunked a ball. He's just crafty around there. He knows how to use that big body, that 250 pounds to get position, and to use it to screen himself off of defenders. He's not out there dunking, but he's a force.
22-16 is your score. 12:15 remaining here in the first half of play if you're just joining us. Henry Ford College basketball from Dearborn, Michigan. Outside shot, Devlin drawing nothing but iron on that shot.
Yeah, Payne had went into a little groove there for three or so games where he was shooting close to 50% from three. But, he's been cooled off a little bit.
Delta definitely looking to attack the basket. Tarver underneath. And going up for the dunk was Jermaine Lawrence for Delta, the big fella. Lawrence is 6'9", and he tried to use every bit of the long, skinny frame body to put it in the basket.
Delta's got a big lineup here, and they're aggressive around the basket. It's hard to see why this team is only 4-6 from what we're seeing right here.
Yeah, but as you said in the open, this is one of the toughest small college and junior college divisions in the state, or in the country, I should say. Backman seal and turnaround jumper's good.
That was an excellent play by McCaskill. Serious hustle around the basket there.
All-American McCaskill doing some big man work underneath. Solomon going hard to the basket, kicks it out to Devlin. Devlin will reset it. McCaskill from outside, no good. Latrina with the loose ball. Devlin going to the basket, finding Solomon underneath. A good look, but Solomon could not finish.
Man, he's not going to get a better shot than that.
And back the other way, number 21, Jakaris Smith with the easy layup.
Smith know how to use the little extra girth of his.
Casco looking for some room, and he traveled. Got to keep an eye on that matchup between Lawrence and McCaskill. Two bigs doing some good work in the paint. 25-18 your score. 9:45 remaining here in the first half of play. Mac Bensil to the basket, and he is bodied by number 2, Markel Garrett.
It's good to see some fans in the stands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody has the mask on, and they had to go through the protocol just to get in. So, you know, it's more than a notion just being able to come in. So the people that went through the effort to come in here, we got some basketball people that really enjoy basketball.
And still makes the free throw right there. But the press was easily broken. They got a good look but couldn't convert the shot. And on the loose ball, which was a jump ball, but that possession will go over to Henry Ford, and a 20-second timeout is called by Henry Ford College. And I hope you enjoyed your Martin Luther King holiday this past weekend. How did you enjoy yours?
Eat. And eat some more. You know, it gives you a chance to have that decadence, you know. And you do a little bit more than you probably would do normally.
Absolutely.
And being around family, you know, is always cool as well. But these guys here, Henry Ford College and many others around the country, had it rough coming back from the holidays because the COVID just would not relinquish itself. It caused postponed games and players to have to sit out. It's been a heck of a disruption for 2022.
Absolutely. Tarver, he's been converting from all over the floor. From the wing, from inside, from the top of the key.
Yeah. He's got a nice looking shot for a big fella.
Mac Mansell from outside.
And there again, we're talking about Henry Ford College, them Hawks. They start flying when they start hitting those threes.
Delta trying to go alley, but couldn't go hoop. So it was alley nope. Nope, that one didn't go. 27-22, 8:42 remaining here in the first half of play. Shannon Woods now checking into the game for Delta. Pioneers coming to this game with a record of
4-6.
4-6.
2-2 in the Eastern Conference in the MCCAA, which stands for the Michigan Community College Athletic Association. Coach Turner has his troops ready. He came in here and said that we got the 12th ranked team in the country coming off a loss. They had 3 games in a row postponed. They're a little rusty. They're trying to recollect and find themselves again. And he said, hey, we can take them out. And he had his team come out ready to play.
And that man right there, Tarver, is doing some work for him. That last rebound. Way outside, no good. Colvin. I'm sorry, check that. That's not Colvin. That's Mack with that last rebound. And all right. Khalil Whitehead from outside.
Yeah, they really need Whitehead to be himself, which is the third leading scorer on the team, averaging close to 13 points a game. Solomon is the leader at 17, and McCaskill is right under them around 14.
2-point lead for Delta. Player control foul, offensive foul.
Yeah, I think Tarver just put that 250 pounds on McCaskill's thin frame.
Well,
and just knocked him about 5 feet down the lane. The referee had to call it.
You're absolutely right about that. So Tarver will take a seat. And into the game is Jeremy Lawrence. Tall, lanky, 6'9" guy.
Oh, that's traveling.
It looked like a travel from up here, but no whistles blown. McCaskill over to Whitehead.
Whitehead should have gave it back. This kid here is pretty good too, Ja'Carrion Smith. Coach Turner's hollering out X, and X means three-pointer from the left top of the key.
Yeah, Shannon Woods. That's what the X factor is. And he comes back and makes a pretty good defensive play. And watch out. Number 1, Jermaine Lawrence with the slam dunk. Mac Mansell. Skip pass back to Mansell. Mansell going to the paint. Good job by Max Mansell.
You know, I like Mac. Max plays under control, even through pressure. And he's a solid player for this team.
And Delta quickly back the other way. It was Ja'Carrion Smith with the layup. And now checking into the game is Sergio Stephen. And Mac Mansell will check out. 34-27 in favor of the visitors from Delta College, or Delta Community College.
Delta College.
Delta College. My bad. I'm sorry.
Delta College is up there in Saginaw. They drove on down to come contest this Henry Ford team.
Sergio Stevens comes right in the game and goes right to the basket.
And that's good for Stevens because he had a tough game. He had to get out and play a lot against Oakland because of all the people that were out. And he probably didn't have the game he wanted. But it's got to feel good for him to come out here and contribute.
Skip pass. And stepping out before he can get that shot off is Bryce McNair. .5:38 remaining here in the first half. 34-29. Trina checking back in for Henry Ford. And Tyler Mack checking out. Mack has done a pretty good job. Solomon. Whitehead from the corner. It's good. And a quick timeout by Delta as Henry Ford brings it within 2 points.
Yes, 2 points. they're not playing bad. They're coming through. They're shooting pretty good, I would say, today. This team they're playing, Delta, they came down here from Saginaw ready to give this team a roll for their money. So no doubt about it. Henry Ford's going to, stay collected and get back in this game. But it looks like they're heating up with the three-point shot, and that'll bring you in any game, won't it, Jeff?
Yes, it will. It'll take you out of a lot of games and bring you back in.
You out of some games. But again, having Mac back and Machina back is a big boost to this team. Both of them have contributed already. So, and remember, they're still missing, their point guard, Curtis Jackson, who actually signed a Division I contract and decided to come back. And now he's getting ready to have surgery and he's sitting out. And you see Coach Separate stretching his roster and trying to find a replacement for Jackson. It seems like Stevens has gotten in the rotation. Now he started, first time we really saw him was against Oakland, and now he's back out there again getting some valuable minutes. So it looks like he's going to get a shot to fill that role.
On those Euro steps, going to the basket.
Good save by Solomon.
Yes.
That's the kind of hustle we want to see.
Trina looking for some help, finding Whitehead. Over to Stevens. He resets. Back to Stevens. Short jumper, baseline. Solomon there to clean it up.
No, that's Whitehead.
We're all tied up at 34.
And it's nice to hear the Henry Ford bench getting into the game, cheering on their teammates.
Whitehead looking for some help from Sergio Stevens, but he turns it over. And that's one thing they have to limit is those turnovers. Outside shot way off the mark. Jacarius Smith missing everything. Mac Bensil checking back into the game, and he will relieve Khalil Whitehead.
Well, I noticed one thing. Henry Ford had been having turnover issues, especially since Jackson got hurt, because they was trying to find out between Mansell and between Solomon and between Devlin and between whoever they can get to handle that ball. It seemed like they'd taken Solomon off the ball a little bit and got trying to use his height. He's 6'5" a little bit more down in the painted area.
Casco turning it over on the sideline, and the Pioneers will have possession.
Nice move there. I like Delta has been extremely aggressive getting to the basket. I can't wait to see the stats, how many points in the paint. Because they've lived in the paint.
Well, it's tough in there.
It's tough. But they got some big boys to hang in there, though.
Stephen Lorette will go to the line. He's from West Palm Beach, Florida. .65 guard, a freshman. Misses both free throws. Approaching the 3-minute mark here in the first half. All tied up at 34 and the turnover.
Slam
McCaskill.
bam! They call me McCaskill from Renaissance High School.
The All-American going up with some authority. And after the turnover,
Coach Turner better get Smith together. He acted like he was running after the referee, gonna get himself kicked out the game. Now he's gonna come over and take a seat.
Kerry Smith upset at the call.
I know he's fired up. They want to come in here and get this upset win over this 12th ranked team, but you got to keep your composure. They really need Smith.
"30-second timeout." We can almost look at this maybe as the turning point of the game, right at the 2:41 mark, right before halftime. It's a possibility.
Well, we shall see how Henry Ford finishes off this half.
A technical foul was called. And Matrina.
You can't run at the referee and not get a technical foul.
Right, you shouldn't be able to. I didn't see the call being made, but it was definitely made. "38-34, another foul called. Time of possession clock was reset to 30 seconds.
Well, it looks like the referees have gotten inside of the Delta players' heads a little bit.
Solomon, and another foul. And this one's called on Stephen Laurent. And Gary Solomon will go to the line and shoot two. Delta, for the most part, had been leading all the way up to that 2:41 mark. And as you can see, when you look at the scoreboard, Lelandstein,
Yes.
the swing has been definitely almost about 6-point swing right now.
Well, yeah, again, Henry Ford has played to his strength, and there's Solomon sinking it. Solomon's the best free throw shooter on the team, and he goes up there and misses one, but he gets that one to sink, though.
39-34 in favor of Henry Ford. 2:19 remaining here in the first half. Matrina playing some good defense there. Mac Mansell coming down with it in the open floor. And watch out. McCaskill with the rebound. And let's see who the foul is called on here. Officials are talking it over. Flagrant foul on Gary Solomon.
I didn't even see that. What did he do? Maybe on the rebound, somebody threw some elbows or something. I'm not quite sure exactly what happened there.
So a flagrant foul.
See, now this kind of stuff breaks your momentum.
Yeah,
I mean, you were down by 4, so now you're up by 5, and you're on a roll with 2 minutes left, and then the games get shut down for a technical foul against your team.
And Lawrence, shooting the technicals, misses them both. But Delta will maintain possession. And Jeremiah Tarver is now back in the game for Delta. Let's see if they go right to him for this last stretch offensively. And they swing it over to Tarver. Tarver looks inside. And it's going to be an offensive foul.
They said he hooked him.
Yeah, Mikael Garrett on the offensive foul, number 2.
And he's got his hands up begging. There's been a lot of that these last minute for Delta. They just need to forget about the referees and concentrate on the game. They're in the game. They can't let the referees get in their heads like they've done these last 2 minutes here.
10 on the shot clock. Mac Mansell is fouled. And picking up the fouls, number 0, Shannon Woods.
Mansell got a little lucky there because it looked like he was just falling to me on the drive. But hey, the referee said he got tripped, so that's what matters.
Seal goes to the line and makes the first free throw.
Mansell's been really aggressive today in terms of trying to get that ball into the paint area.
40-34. McCaskill comes out. Whitehead comes back in. Also coming in is Tyler Mack. Mack comes away with the rebound. Inside to Colvin. Colvin. Whitehead from outside. Colvin tried to slam it home, but couldn't get it to go.
Oh, no. He kind of threw him down. I'd say another tech here.
Jermaine Lawrence.
Coach Turner better get his players together here. They've had one tech.
Yeah, Jermaine Lawrence was over the back.
Yeah.
It did look like he kind of pushed him down at the last.
Down a little bit there, didn't
yes.
he? He's really lucky.
41-34. Tyler Mack at the line. Makes his second. 42-34. Delta quickly back the other way. Outside shot way off the mark. And Ja'Karius Smith, surrounded by Hawks, went up strong and drew the foul.
Jeff, what do you think of the shorts that the kids wear nowadays? The basketball shorts.
Okay.
No, they've changed. It look like they're going away from the old baggy. Remember, the baggy overtook basketball for 20 years.
Well, that was
20, 30 years.
That was a Fab Five thing.
It wasn't just them, Michael. All of them wore the baggy shorts.
Oh, yeah.
But it seems like the bag is going out, isn't it?
It does in a way. Yeah.
It does. I had really never paid that close attention before, but yeah, everybody's shorts is up over the knee now. They used to be down below the knee.
Ja'Karius Smith makes both free throws. 36-42 your score in favor of the hometown Hawks. 29 seconds and counting remaining in the half. Devlin at the top looking for room, driving, left hand layup, no good. Jeremiah Tarver.
Boy, that kid looked like he could play at the next level to me. He could play at DePaul or somewhere there in Illinois.
Devlin from outside. Yes, that's going to do it for the first half of play. 42-38. Hawks in command right now. A little swing at that 2-minute and 41-second mark. And now they have the lead going into half. We'll be right back with more Henry Ford Hawk basketball after this. Welcome back to the second half of play here at Henry Ford College in Dearborn, Michigan. My name is Jeff Lowe, along with Mr. Leland Stein. And as you can see on your scoreboard there, 42-38 in favor of the Hawks from Henry Ford College. And that first half, the Pioneers came out, like you said earlier. Hey, the coach said, hey, they're coming off a loss. We better get with him right away. Get with the Hawks right away, and they did so, but they couldn't hang on to that lead.
No, they couldn't hang on to it. Looks like you got to give much credit. I know Coach Turner has to be happy. First-year coach, by the way, for Delta. Jacarius Smith dropped 13, and Jeremiah Tarver dropped 16. Now these two guys are the two of the bigger players you'll see in the junior college ranks in terms of their size. Jacarius Smith is 6'6", 235 pounds, and Tarver is, how tall is Tarver there, Jeff? He's 6'6", 250, and use it well. So yeah, those two guys have been a problem for Coach Shepard. But as Jeff mentioned, though, they managed it by playing solid defense, going into the traps. And then they got hot from the three-point line. They sank 7 out of 15 threes, which will help keep your team in any game. The leading scorers for Henry Ford College was Mansell, who dropped in with 11. Then Whitehead, getting back to his form, dropped 10, and so did Brandon Machina, dropped in 10. Welcome back for him as he went 2 for 2 from 3 and proven he's the best three-point shooter on this team, and that they really missed him against Oakland. But even he might not have been able to save him against Oakland. Oakland was hot. But hey, they got a chance. They played good enough to come back here. Let's see what happens, Jeff.
Casco will start off defending Carver in the low post as Henry Ford comes out in a man-to-man matchup defense. And as you said, Carver, one of the leaders in scoring for
and
Delta.
Rebounding, 8 rebounds.
Yeah. He's been doing some work in the low paint. Jermaine Lawrence.
He hasn't scored much, but he's been a problem for him. That 6'9" length has given McCaskill a little trouble there. He has to work hard against him.
That size is a problem for anybody. Whitehead from outside for 3. No good. And Delta comes away with the rebound. Up the floor quickly, looking for Lawrence, but there's no oop in the alley. And there's Whitehead.
There's no what in the alley?
Sergio Stevens starting the second half. Carver from the baseline, no good, in and out. And the foul is over the back.
Yeah, Henry Ford College has to be careful with the fouls. I mean, here's a bad stat for them. I think they're about number 3 in the nation in fouls.
Delta again trying to go over the top with it. Henry Ford switched up again defensively into a 1-2-2 zone, half-court zone defense.
It seemed like Coach Turner, he's going to match it. He's going into his zone trap here.
Stevens, McCaskill.
Slam bam. McCaskill, Henry Ford's All-American. been a little quiet today.
Matrina with the rebounds and Solomon in the open floor. Solomon looking for Matrina cross court, but couldn't find him. Turned the ball over.
Well, you can't pass it through the whole team, Jeff. It's just not going to happen.
Carver tried to go over McCaskill that time. That was a mistake right there as Matrina tried to save it under the defense team's basket.
Lawrence showed
Not a good idea.
A lot of patience there and then getting that shot to go down for him.
And Solomon just turned that one over.
Well, the turnover bug is coming back here, and when that happens, the score changes.
2-point game. 46-44. Henry Ford up by 2. Another turnover, which turns into a slam dunk and a quick timeout by Henry Ford.
Well, you got to give Coach Turner and his Delta team credit. They went into halftime, and whatever they did, they came back out in that zone trap, which Henry Ford College wasn't ready for, obviously, because they've committed 3 turnovers, and now you see the game tied up, 46-46. This is a good timeout, though, because now they can sit back and reset. You see the trap is there. Now you got to talk about it, and you got to do the things you do in practice and come out here and execute against it, or else you're going to have turnovers.
And you're absolutely right with that observation of it, because when they came out in the trap, it kind of shook them up a little bit offensively. And Henry Ford, like you said, turned the ball over, which turned into points and buckets for the Pioneers.
I like the fact that old Curtis is out there coaching and helping. He can't play, but when he see those turnovers and that trap happen, I know he's just wishing that, wow, I could be out there and help this team. Because they really do miss that young man. He's one of the better guards in all of the NJCAA.
Pioneers come out with some full court pressure. Whitehead on the wing, loses it a little bit, fumbles, throws it up, and count the bucket.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. He got a little lucky there. He almost lost that ball, but he got it in there.
Lawrence goes up and over Matrina, and there is Tarver for the cleanup.
I know McCaskill used to using his jumping ability, but
Matrina from outside, no good. Carver with the easy layup and a 2-point lead for Delta, 50-48. Another turnover.
a lucky break for Henry Ford there.
Smith
Smith had a little grease on his fingers that time.
just a little.
He was kind of ready to dunk it. It's like they do in football, though. You got to catch the ball before you can run, though, right? You got to secure the pass before you can dunk it.
Oh, he was ready to bring the house down. Stevens at the top, running the offense. Matrina over to Whitehead, no good. McCaskill battling for the rebound, but couldn't come away with it.
Well, he's getting blocked out pretty well by the big fella. You got to give him credit. Lawrence out there. Oh, they're in trouble there.
That was a nice pass.
Beautiful pass.
Jeremiah Tarver with the finish. 52-48, another turnover by the Hawks. We might be looking at another timeout coming up if the Hawks can't get this one over the timeline. And the Pioneer bench gets a warning from the official. Mac Bensil into the game now for The Hawks.
Boy, this Saginaw and Flint contingent from Delta, where most of the players are from, is coming down here with some attitude. Oh, my goodness. That wasn't a good pass.
Stevens still in the trap. Off the leg of Stevens and over to Delta. And there's that timeout. They needed it right there.
Yeah, Coach Shepard got to stop the bleeding here. That's been about 5 turnovers in 6 possessions. That's a formula for losing basketball. They're going to...
20-second timeout there for Henry Ford. He definitely had to talk things over before things got out of hand. 54-48. Early here in the second half of play.
And you know something, when you get caught in that zone and you start turning the ball over, it almost always leads to layups.
Lawrence attacking the basket. And Matrina stepped out of bounds. Well, actually, it was out of bounds. And, Matrina, he did step out of bounds on the baseline. Tarver, turn around.
Beautiful shot, big fella. Nice footwork. Measured. Boy, Henry Ford's got to do something here now.
56-48. Sergio Stevens running the offense. 16 on the shot clock. Looking for the pick. Driving to the basket. Nice move. Sergio Stevens with the shot.
I wonder what's going on with Coach Shepard. Seems like he's done put his faith in Stevens to be his point guard now. He's kind of taking the ball out of Solomon's hands and Messina a little bit there.
And Tarver is there again for the putback for the Pioneers. Mac Mansell looking to drive.
You don't want to use hyperbole and say this is a crucial possession, but, Henry Ford needs to do something positive here on this possession. Don't you think so, John?
Well, there it was. McCaskill fighting for the rebound and getting the opportunity to shoot free throws. A lot of things going on with the officials there and the players.
But there again, Delta's getting distracted by the referees when they should be over there in their huddle, because they're not going to change the call.
$13-17 on the clock here in the second half, early in the second half. 58-50 your score in favor of the Pioneers from Delta College. And if you never watched junior college or small college basketball, you're getting a good look at it right now and a good taste of it. As these young men put in the work.
that Coach Shepard was admonishing his players about the situation that they find themselves in, being down by 8 when they had went up by 6 after that wonderful start to the half, or conclusion to the first half, should I say, where they came back into the game, and we thought they was headed toward good things there. But now they have to regroup. Coach is really getting on them about blocking out, making sure we got to play good defense. The problem with them too is those 3 big men in the middle has been a major problem for them. You're looking at 6'9", big 6'9" Lawrence, coupled with Smith at 6'6", 235, along with Tarver, 6'6", 250. It's giving Henry Ford a more than he can handle in terms of them second chance points and offensive rebounds.
And Matrina at the line shooting the technicals that were assessed against Delta. And now it looks like McCaskill will go to the line. Okay, it looks like the second shot did not count. It was a one-shot technical, so they're going to change the score up there. So it's 58-51. And now McCaskill will go to the line and shoot his foul shots.
Sergio Stevens has played most of the beginning of this half here. After he didn't start it, but they put him in there for Machina.
Delta quickly up the floor, and that was pretty good way to get up the floor. They did not have to dribble at all. Got it up in 3 passes. Outside shot, no good. Stevens with the rebound over to Solomon. Solomon, good ball movement by Henry Ford.
Good hustle by Autry. He missed the shot, but he didn't cry about it. He got back on defense.
Shannon Woods checking in for Delta, number 0. Tyler Mack was taking it out, and let's see here. Back over to Mack. Mack loses the handle on it. Gets it over to Stevens in the corner. Now Mansell for 3. Mack Mansell. And a technical after the 3 by Mac Mansell. And wait a minute.
Well, this game has gotten kind of feisty. It's been feisty all day. Anytime you got the 250 pounds, there's a big fella on the line, Smith, 6 the free throw. And them bodies are banging. And Delta is kind of in their face. They've been in their face the whole game. So Mansell saw a chance to holler back at the wrong time, though. Unnecessary tech. They have to gain their composure and just play basketball. That's it. That'll take care of everything. Don't worry about the referees.
And when you're in league play, every possession is crucial. In this division, 59-55 your score. Lawrence in the low box, kicks it back out. Outside shot is no good, but there is that man again, Tarver, with the putback. McCaskill looking for Solomon. Good ball movement around the perimeter. And the foul is called on Laurent, Stephen Laurent. Laurent from West Palm Beach, Florida.
Tyler Mack.
Solomon has that one knocked away. Went off the official, and I'm sorry, I checked that. That's Whitehead that's on the sideline and had it knocked away. Whitehead takes it out. Now Solomon has it at the top of the key. Eight seconds on the shot clock. Solomon looking for Whitehead. Devlin off the side of the basket. The horn sounded, but no shot clock violation there. Smith with the ball at the top. Smith going hard to the basket, kicks it back out, and somehow he gets it to go. It's, like, how did Laurent get that to go? Stumbling and bumbling through the paint.
Bumbling, fumbling.
Gary Solomon with that last shot for Henry Ford. Up and under.
And it comes right back to him.
Yeah, when you're a rebounder, sometimes that ball seems to find you.
It does find when you're hustling for it.
When you're hustling.
The one thing that my guys here at Henry Ford need to do better, they just got to get those bodies on them big boys. They got to get in front of them, and they'll run up your back.
Smith thought twice about it, and now went hard into the paint, but couldn't get it to go. Solomon walks it up across the timeline, looking to drive, going hard to the bucket. No foul called. Good defense. Lawrence with the ball. Lawrence looking inside to Tarver. And another timeout by Henry Ford, because they surely does not want this one to get away from them. (65 to 57, 10:03 remaining here in the second half. And Henry Ford finding themselves up against the wall. And what I mean by that is, it's like they keep hitting the wall. And the wall is Delta College. Henry Ford College, future driven. The Hawks Athletic is on a mission, and they are committed to train and lead and communicate.
Coach Turner down there saying, hey, we got this game. We're looking good. We keep doing the things that we're doing. We can sneak away with one here. And he wants them, he was constantly saying, inside out, inside out. And when you got guys like Tarver and Lawrence and Smith, inside out is your best bet, no doubt about it. Them guys have come through for him today.
Solomon looking to drive, and the foul is going to be on Lawrence, and Lawrence's expression is like, wow, I don't believe I fouled him. But that's every player that commits a foul.
Nobody ever admits it, do they?
It's a tough job being an official on any level. Solomon makes the first free throw.
Even though Solomon's only shooting about 70% from the free throw line, he's still leading the team in free throw attempts per game. So that's a good statistic for him.
Solomon got back on defense, but I believe Tarver traveled before the block. Henry Ford gets it across the timeline, and the Pioneers from Delta looking to double out of their matchup zone.
Need that one, he couldn't sing it. That was the one they needed from Brandon right there.
Smith from three, no good. Tarver gets the rebound. Whitehead comes away with it. Whitehead!
Slam bam! Whitehead. He nailed Smith to the floor on that play. He was out of control. Didn't quite see that one.
Blocking foul on Colvin.
He's tired.
Kerr Smith slow to get up, and he is holding his right knee.
He said the same thing I said. He said he tired. Assistant coach, you heard me?
Gets up kind of slow. Now they have to, I guess, select someone off the bench to shoot his free throws if he's going to sit. Let's see. Now is it up to the home team to do it? Is he going to come back in and shoot his free throws, or what's going to happen?
Bench. Looks like it to me.
So they're taking it out. There's no free throws being attempted here. So they just subbed him out. Outside shot, no good. 4-point lead by Delta. Solomon at the top, looking to the wing. Stevens from outside. That one goes in and out. But the call is going to be on Colvin. Number 10. A little shove there.
Stephen had a good look there. It went down, went about as far in the basket as he can go without going in. It just popped right back out.
But that one didn't. Shannon Woods for three. (68-61), 8-11 remaining here in the second half. That one got blocked.
It was foul.
Gary Solomon finding it hard, and now Gary Solomon looks to be cramping up on the sideline here. And the officials are giving him some time to stretch out the calf muscle. So right now they're going to sub him out, and
well, it looks like they were able to pick who to shoot.
yeah.
And they picked, obviously, Big Colvin, the big fella.
A little confusion going on. Well, Coven, he ran all the way back on the other end of the floor just so he wouldn't get selected. But I think the coaches kind of sought him out. Like, hey.
Well, it looks like they made a good decision, didn't they?
Yeah. Coven missed them both. It's an excellent decision by Delta. And Garrett wildly dribbling through the paint, just fumbling the ball there on that possession for Delta. Every possession down the stretch here is very important for both teams. 68-61 your score. 7:30 remaining. Matrina in the corner, back out to Stevens. Stevens, short jumper, no good. Delta out quickly, and nice move and layup by number 5, Stephen Lorette.
Well, this game is mirroring the first half now again with, as Coach Turner had mentioned, with his Delta team inside out. They outscoring them in the paint tremendously, Jeff. They had 18 points in the paint in the first half, and they're matching it now.
Al McCaskill, Solomon, and Mac Mansell back into the game for
only 6
Henry
minutes
Ford.
left.
6 minutes and a 9-point lead for Delta. Six on the shot clock. Solomon has to make his mind up right away. And a blocking foul on Lawrence as he goes to the floor and just can't believe that the blocking foul was committed. And the official was just pointing inside that circle and said, "Sir, you were inside the circle." And Seal throwing it on the other side of the floor. That went off of, let's see, it looked like it might have went off of Solomon.
No, it's Henry Ford's ball.
Okay. That was a dangerous pass
Turner
that was
not
thrown.
letting up. He's back in that trap. Let's see.
Mac Mansell going to the basket, and McCaskill is there for the slam.
Ooh.
Now Mac Mansell coming up a little limpy right there under the basket. But he's looks like he's going to shake that one off. Stephen Laurent went to the basket pretty hard, and he drew the foul. And he'll go to the line shooting 2. 70-63 in favor of Delta College. 6:24 remaining here in the second half.
We're getting to the crucial point here now, Jeff. It's starting to get really, really serious here. Now, I don't know what Coach Shepard's going to have to do here. Maybe he should drop into his zone press. I don't know. They got to do something, though, Jeff, to change the tide of this game here.
And it looks like the first-year coach, Vince Turner, for Delta is making all the right decisions on his end. McCaskill going to the basket hard, and he challenged Tarver that time, but Tarver won that battle. Nice little crossover back to Tarver. Tarver at the top. Delta looking to drive. Good defense by McCaskill. Mansell pulls up for three. It's good.
Beautiful shot. That was money.
Big three. And watch out. McCaskill above the rim.
But that was a good play by McCaskill because it's not a flagrant foul, but he went after that ball like you're supposed to go after. That was a big play by McCaskill. That was an easy dunk right there. And he stood up to it, met him at the summit.
Few fans on hand here checking this one out. Came out for a good game this evening. (73-66). 5:41 as we go down the stretch.
Oh, they really needed that rebound there.
Yes, and the Pioneers get it back. And they have to put 17 on the shot clock. So 17 seconds on the shot clock. That one tipped and finally recovered by the Pioneers. Solomon.
He makes the steal, but he throws it away. Oh. And make a good play and give it away. We can't do this at this point, Joe.
It looks like another shot clock issue. Now they're putting 29 seconds back on. They're putting 29 seconds on the shot clock. Here we go. 5:29 remaining. And the Pioneers of Delta College in the lead. 73-66.
And Delta has been methodical. They're taking time off the clock, and they're trying to go inside out, but he hits a three. That could be the dagger, Jeff.
Garrett with the shot. Still a lot of time remaining. Solomon looking for help. McCaskill.
Solomon is the leading assist per person on Henry Ford's College since Jackson got hurt, averaging 5 a game.
Delta doing the right thing, just walking it up, not in a rush. 10 seconds on the shot clock, short jumper, no good. Solomon comes out with the rebound. Over to Mansell. Mansell looking for McCaskill. That one's out of bounds.
He's a little bit out of control there.
Yeah, but Delta will retain possession.
But they got lucky. They can't afford any turnovers now, Jeff. Empty possessions cannot happen for them.
Katrina back in the game. He's been pretty quiet for the most part in this second half.
Yeah, he played good in the first half, though.
Yeah, he was one of the leading scorers in the first half. But in this second half, I don't even think he scored. Solomon. Mansell, free throw extension, gets it blocked.
That's it.
And commits the foul. So going to the line for the Pioneers will be Stephen Laurent.
That was a crucial possession right there. I mean, they had the ball in the paint. It came up short. Mansell lost the ball. He came after it, though. He hustled, but can't make turnovers, man.
That might have been his sixth foul. Might be done. McCaskill with the rebound. Up quickly to Solomon. Matrina in the corner, no good. McCaskill going way up, and Matrina finally gets the ball and puts it in. That's, if I'm not mistaken, that might be his first bucket of the second half.
Yeah, but again, he missed another three. He's probably about 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 from 3 in the second half after being 2 for 2 in the first half. But on this play, he missed the three, but he got the ball back in the paint and was able to see like a 10-footer in. A lot of times that's what a shooter needs, just to see the ball go in the basket again, you know, because they still need him here. There's 3 minutes left. If he can get hot and sink 1-3 for him, it'd be a 3-point game if they can get some stops. So, you know.
2-possession game as we look at it right now. 3:46 on the clock. 76-70 in favor of Delta College.
Not me. Thank you. Now that's what they need, a turnover, and they're going to get some buckets.
McCaskill looking to drive.
Oh,
and loses
can't
the
take
ball.
The whole team, baby. You got to play within the framework.
Ten seconds on the shot clock. Smith on the wing looking for Tyver in the blow paint. Tyver going to the basket, spins, and up and in. Good move, surrounded by 3 Hawks.
He was a whirling dervish.
Yes.
Spin at least twice.
Skip pass, blocked. Khalil Whitehead can't get it to go.
The worst way. That's 2 in the paint shots in the last minute or so that Henry Ford has missed. And when you're coming back, Jeff, you can't afford to miss anything, actually, at this point. Not when you get a look that good.
Step back from 3-point land.
Boy, that's the second time he hit that shot in the second half.
Shannon Woods nailing the 3 for Delta. Stevens driving. .208 remaining here in the contest, 81-70. And the Hawks are scrambling right now.
Ford's going to do some soul searching behind this. You know, if they can't find a way to do it, it'll be 2 consecutive losses.
Stevens makes the first. Devlin looking to check back in for the Hawks right now.
Well, the 2 consecutive losses. He makes the second. If they can't find a way to overcome this 9-point deficit with 2 minutes left in the contest.
And here comes the pressure. Not a whole lot of pressure. They got down floor pretty easily on that possession. Solomon quickly the other way. McCaskill loses it. And it was a kickball, most definitely.
That's the second time McCaskill's lost the ball trying to dribble in the paint.
Going down the floor, you have to just think you might not need to get the ball to McCaskill when he's that far away from the basket. He's been most effective when he's in close with the ball. Khalil Whitehead in the paint. Latrina from outside, no good.
That's the one they need. And he just doesn't have it for him today. Brandon.
Minute 39 remaining and counting. Delta in no rush. They're taking their time, trying to milk a little bit of that clock. 11 seconds on the shot clock. 81-72 your score. Smith going around Khalil Whitehead. Latrina with the rebound and Solomon with the dunk. And a timeout to talk this one over. Full timeout.
Looks like
for the
Solomon's
Hawks.
down there on the ground again. I think that cramp done came back in his leg. They need him out there right now. Their leading scorer.
And I can hear him way up here. His legs start cramping up.
Not too many things hurt worse than that.
Yeah.
Especially if you get a bad one, Jeff. And it's a hopeless feeling, man. That muscle just does what it want to do.
Minute 12 remaining in this one, Stein. And the Hawks trying to claw their way back into this one also. 81-74. What do you think the strategy is going to be for Coach Stevens here?
Well, he's going to have to foul now. I mean, there's not enough time when you're down by 7. Well, the initial strategy is going to be just try to play straight up good defense and see if you can get a steal. Then after this possession, they're going to have to start fouling from here on out. And they might just start fouling right now because they've missed 2 layups, Jeff, when they've had opportunities to get this game closer in the paint. And things just haven't went their way today, you know. Guys make pretty good moves. They get to their spot, but the ball is just not finding its way in the bucket for them.
Coach Shepard had to take Solomon out. And it's tough to take him out. They had to take McCaskill out too. Maybe it's an offensive, defensive type of strategy. Now they're both checking back into the game right now. Whitehead will take a seat.
You know, games like this is where your team tests its mettle. You know, because you think you're getting a team that's 2-2 conference and 4-6 overall, and you're number 12 in the NJCAA. You expect to beat this team.
Woods makes both free throws. 83-74. Latrina from outside. Ice cold. Latrina again from 3. There's a lid on the basket. .43 seconds remaining.
Yeah, again, Shepard's going to, you know, when he take his team in the locker room after this game, they're going to have to get refocused. I mean, it's got to be tough. First of all, you don't play for 2 weeks and you come back, you're missing 3 players and you lose at home because you're rusty, and then you come out 2 days later and you get beat at home again when you're ranked number 12 in the country. So it's going to hurt them in the conference, Jeff. They're going to drop to what, 2-2?
That's correct. Tarver makes the second.
This time they're without Jackson and Autry.
Stevens with a nice spin. And it's called for the offensive foul.
And that's been par for the course today. These last 3 or 4 minutes have just been torture. These are the kind of minutes that give Coach Shepard gray hair or makes his hair fall out, whichever one you want. Because there's nothing you can do when it's just not in the cards for him.
Delta gets through the trap pretty easily. 23 seconds remaining, and they can sense victory because the bench is up and applauding. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They really don't need to shoot it. They'll let it run down and just freeze the ball. They'll take the shot clock violation. And that's your final score. Delta with a 10-point victory over the number 12th ranked Hawks of Henry Ford College. And as you said, 2 losses in a row makes it tough coming off a loss and then facing a college that's really trying to crank it up.
Yeah, and they're just getting started. They still got to deal with Mott. They have Macomb. They got some teams that are looking ahead of them. So you always want to beat the teams that you think you're supposed to beat. Because they got some top-ranked teams in the Eastern Conference of the Michigan Community College Athletic Association. So, you know, it's going to be a rough road ahead for these guys. They're going to get in practice and figure out some things and learn how to play with these injured players.
You're absolutely right. Once again, your final score, the Hawks take it on the beak. One more time, a second loss, this time to the college, Delta College, by a score of 84-74. For Leland Stein, I'm Jeff Lowe, and you've been watching the Henry Ford College Streaming Network, and we'll check you out again with Henry Ford College basketball. So long, folks.
Peace.